Marion School District student enrollment continues to grow as classrooms are running out of space. One building in dire need of upgrades was built back in 1904.
Now we're packing 30 kids into an 800 square foot classroom and expecting them to learn at a high level, and that's a lot to ask of both teachers and students.
The small K-8 school district in Marion has close to 200 students enrolled this school year, a massive increase from just 10 years ago.
We're about 100 very consistently. In the last 10 years, not including this year, we've grown 61%, which is very huge for a building that was really built for about 100 kids.
Superintendent Julia Maxwell says the district is asking voters to approve an $8.2 million bond over 20 years, which would raise taxes by roughly $23 a month for properties valued at $400,000. Maxwell says the bond would add classrooms and expand existing kitchen and restroom space while connecting the two main school buildings.
We'd like to combine two buildings to make sure that those students are covered, warm, safe, and out of harm's way, while also creating enough space for our students to have those learning opportunities.
Middle school teacher Deborah Johnson has taught at Marion School District for 29 years. The building she teaches in is more than 100 years old and doesn't even have hallways for students to walk from one classroom to another.
And so the kids do really well because they're very adaptable, because they just learn to kind of ignore that. But yeah, it's kind of like having a freeway kind of right through your classroom sometimes.
Johnson says teachers simply don't have enough space to properly teach their students.
In a middle school, I teach sometimes a robotics elective or a woodworking elective, plus a Spanish class, plus math class, plus an English class. So having storage for all those materials and all those projects and all that stuff is really a challenge.
Maxwell says the gymnasium is currently doubling as the cafeteria.
If this bond doesn't pass, we're at the point where we're going to have to cut the gym in half and use it as a transitional classroom space, which causes even more issues in the long term.
Ballots will be mailed out to voters on October 18th and are due by Election Day, November 7th. In Marion, Sean Wells, MTN News.